Hello and welcome and happy new year to you all. We are currently at the Lego store in Bristol. Now this was filmed and uploaded on the 2nd of January 2023, which means it is packed full of all of the new Lego releases for January. As you can see, we are starting with the Jazz Club modular. Now, as we go around, let me know what you spot. Like, for example, let me know what you think of all these brand new Series 24 minifigures. What is your favourite ones? You'll soon see what everybody's favourite is within this video of when we go round, because there is a place where you can actually pick them up from, and there's lots of empty containers for certain minifigures. So, as we go around, let me know what you've already picked up, what you ordered at midnight on the 1st of January. And just let everybody else know what is on your wish list basically for the rest of the year. We will have a best store tour as possible. Like I said, it is rammed full of all the new releases. There was well over 100 releases for January, so there's lots and lots of new things to see. I was only in this store a week previous, and I can't believe how much the store has changed. It's a super nice layout, really easy to find everything, but obviously you can see where some of the sets are very, very popular, because there will be gaps, and obviously there's not many boxes left. But as we go around, I was quite surprised that they do have one of last year's giveaway purchases from literally this time last year on sale, and it was the vintage taxi for £13.49. They had this on sale, and I quickly spoke to a member of staff and said, is this all of them that you've got left? They said yes. I said, well, did you sit on it all year? And they said, yeah. When the offer finished, they literally had to have them in the stock room for the whole year, and then they've got permission to bring them out now. So you will see in a second that I soon pick one up, spin it around to have a look so you can see what it looks like on the box, and thought thank you very much, and I now carry that around with me for the rest of the video, because I didn't have a bag and I did not want to leave it. And lucky I didn't, because by the time I had actually finished filming this and paid for the bits and pieces, they had all gone. So it was a very, very popular item. Lots of new brick heads. There's lots of these flowers and dots and arts and floral bits and pieces out as well. There's some new like daisy ones that we'll have a look at the front. You'll see it's quite choppy, only because the store was very, very busy. So I do my best to get everything in, but it doesn't flow like the store would flow. So obviously, if you're thinking, why have they got these sets next to these sets, they don't. It's just how I've happened to film it. So like I said, just take it with a pinch of salt. But I think I managed to get almost everything. But you're not going to have a Christmas tree next to all of the big modulars and so on and so forth. But you get the idea. But you can see all the Super Mario bits and pieces are together. They have got, again, lots of Harry Potter out on display. I'm not 100% sure what new Harry Potter releases they were for 2023. But in the comments below, if you are a Harry Potter fan, let me know what you think. I did manage to spot a lot of the Lego City ones, and obviously all of the new minifigures. The modular stands out like a sore thumb, so that was nice and easy to spot. They had a very, very good BAM section. Now, sticking with minifigures, this is how they had it this year. So on the front of each box, they had what each minifigure was, and you can see which of the popular ones are and which are the ones that aren't so popular. So as we come round and through the boxes, the only figure I wanted to take away with me just to see what it looked like was the T-Rex, because I wanted the T-Rex for my Jurassic Park section, and that was empty. This one was empty as well. That figure looks pretty cool, actually. And then as we come around, that was running out low. That one had gone completely. And then obviously the brown spaceman and baby had gone. And the rocking chair there was plenty of. And the carrot person they were running out of. But they said that they had gone through hundreds and hundreds of minifigures yesterday, which would have been January the 1st. Now, they've got the Eiffel Tower on display. This thing is absolutely spectacular. I know, and I've heard, and I've watched loads of reviews on it, that it is probably the most boring build you can possibly do. But at the same time, it's so rewarding because it just looks incredible. So, and it comes with the Eiffel Tower apartment at the moment. Obviously, that will run out. That was the free giveaway purchase with that set for, I don't know how many of those they actually have with those sets. I don't know how well it's actually been selling in store. But if you have picked one of those up, let me know. Is it worth all of the effort to put together? Right, you Star Wars fans, what is new? They had loads and loads of different bits and pieces. I'm sure the little Boba Fett ship is a new one, the little micro build, and it comes with a slightly different minifigure. Obviously, the Razor Quest and the big UCS sets, they're not. And then as we come up and come round, they will have some newer bits and pieces in. I don't think they had the packs in, and they have got a lot of they've got all the new brick heads in as well, so they've got a lot of the Lord of the Rings stuff starting to come in. That'd be very, very interesting to see what other sets and how quickly those sets start to come out throughout this year of now what is 2023. It's a bit weird saying that for pretty much the first time out loud. Right, as we pan around and come down, you've got they're still older stock, and I think one of the ships that we're about to see will be a slightly newer ship as well. Again, let me know what you know, because not a massive thing with Star Wars. I haven't really kept up to date with all of the releases for them. I've done my best, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. But I thought the brickheads looked very effective. I think the artwork on the boxes have changed very, very slightly for some of the brickheads. I think they use slightly different colours, and they tend to pop quite a lot. Like, for example, that Lord of the Ring one, that really stands out. Now, the Ninjago artwork as well has changed, I think, quite a bit. And I think it's almost changed for the better, because this series, it was obviously all pink, so you had all the crystals and everything like that. But I think the newer sets, they're a slightly different type of... not so much cardboard, but slightly different ink, and it looked really, really clean. It just was a really nice clean finish, and I like what they've done on the side of the boxes as well, because to me a box sells it. Obviously, if you know what the sets are, then it is one of those things, but I always find it fascinating how they do the artwork and things in all of the sets. And I think with the Ninjago and the Monkey Kid set they're about to see, so these here, look, they're very cartoony based. I think there's just something about it with the watercolours that they've used. I think it just stands out. I really do like that new Monkey Kid set as well. I think that might work quite well in the Jurassic Park section that I'm doing. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that. I did not eyeball the price on that one, but I will do once I finish this voiceover and I'll go on the Lego website and have a better look at that set. But loads and loads of the Monkey Kid stuff, and also the Ninjago things, all side by side. I think the artwork does look very, very impressive on these boxes, and it obviously comes with lots of minifigures, and you've got lots of the big mechs, and that's what I mean with the box on the side as well. So with the Monkey Kid boxes and the Ninjago, they had the main character on the side of the box as well, so it just means that they can display them in the shop slightly different. So not only do they have to have them facing forward, it now does give you something to look at when they're side on as well. And again, it's just easier from, I would imagine, the point of view of them getting them out in the shelves. I used to work in retail, so I know how hard it is sometimes to make it look as good as possible to sell the product. But again, getting sidetracked now. Moving on to all the Marvel bits and pieces, you can see they had the Daily Bugle next to this set, which is on my list of things to get. And they had a lot of the new bits and pieces out as well. So you've got the Wakanda Forever. This is a very, very hotcake seller. I've seen a lot of people online with that, and they built that up very, very quickly. I think it's a good price point. It comes from good minifigures. Those three sets, again, they're not too bad at $12.99, come with all the different figures. And then again, you've got your Ghost Rider and your Morbius. So you've got the new Morbius figure up at the top. The reason why that jumped is because somebody went to grab one of the boxes, so I just stopped recording and then forgot where I actually got to. So that's a bit annoying, because I did want to have a look at that set a little bit better. Now, in the UK and everywhere, I think around the world, that set has dropped massively in price for the Hulkbuster, but you'll see why, because there is another Hulkbuster directly beside it. Which one would you prefer? Do you want this massive one, or would you want a slightly smaller one if money was not an object? Because obviously the price difference is absolutely massive. But that is the new one just there, this one that we're now looking at. And I think that looks really, really effective. Comes with some nice minifigures as well. Panning around, you've got all of the other ships and everything. And then we're moving on to the middle of the store. Like I said, it was very busy, so I just did what I could. It might be a case you just might have to pause it for some of the bits and pieces. Now, for the Builder minifigure, they had a great selection of bits and pieces. They had this new show-off bit as well. I've not seen this before. Obviously, people just making up their minifigures and putting it onto the side. Now, you had all the torsos, legs, and everything else like you would normally do in your Builder minifigure. But what I did like is that they've got the boat element that you can have in. So if you can think of how you can incorporate those. So they use red boats on this one, whereas I think for the CMF figure, it was black with the white dots, whereas that's red with the white dots. I think that would look quite cool if you had almost like an army of those about in a display of some sort. Now, the Avatar set, some of those were selling really, really well. If it's got any of those red notices, they just say temporary out of stock. A lot of these obviously brand new to come out with the film. There was lots of them available. We will go back to that and have a better look at the other side. Now, that truck I do want to get before it gets discontinued, and this is something else I want to get at some point. I think that looks brilliant. Now, I will be doing another upload probably next week or the week after from my local toy shop as well, because I'm amazed by how much stock they have of the Lego City sets. Normally, they don't get that many in, but a lot of the stuff that we're now looking at with regards to all the police chases, and then we move a little bit further up to the new car garage, I think they have those in already. So I was quite surprised about all the stuff that we are actually being able to pan across. But like I said, I know it's a little bit quick. Just pause it or rewind it if you need to. It was just one of those I just had to keep moving, and I was doing it on my phone as well, so it was just one of them that you didn't have the luxury of time, because I didn't want to get in anybody's way. And obviously it is January the 2nd, so the store is going to be busy. But you can see that is obviously one of the older firefighter sets, and above that here is the new car garage. I thought the colours on that were amazing. The minifigures were really, really good. You had to be quite tall enough to see that one because they obviously sold a lot of sets. Again, the recycle bin, that is a new one. The lorry, that's a new set that's just come out for this year. And a lot of the others as well are a good mix. Now, another one that came out new, but I think this came out in December, is all of these that we're going to be panning around. So there's a couple of different ones. I like the postcards as well. You've got the New York postcard. And then as we come down and pan around, you'll see all of the different brick heads that they've got on offer. And again, you can see what I mean about how the artwork is starting to change with regards to the colour strength that they're using. I think they're all changing for the better. It's just something that I like and appreciate. And again, if you're a keyring fan, spoilt for choice. You've got loads of them, and I spotted these. I didn't realise actually they did have loads and loads of these behind the till, but I thought you can pick and choose which ones you would like. You've got the little clown girl. I went for that one. So this one here, that's the triple that I went for. I didn't go for the little clown. I wanted the sort of slice. So that one there that's in my hand is the one that I did take with me, and I have each one of those figures in a different colour. I do believe, basically from the CMFs, because one was a pizza, one was the purple crayon, and then the other matches as well. Now, has anybody got lucky enough to get this for Christmas? This absolutely enormous Harry Potter set. It is amazing, but it's obviously that big in their cabinet that they have to put it in half because the length of it. But I think it does look quite effective on display like that. You could get some nice photos of it. I do quite like how they've got the platform facing the opposite way as well, so you can see everything on there. Have you displayed yours in a massive long straight line, or have you thought to split it up just like that? Now again, have you got any of these brickheads? I know some of you are massive brickhead collectors. If you are a brickhead collector, there is actually a video available from the Lego House Home of the Brick playlist, where somebody at the Lego House showed off their full collection of the brickheads. So they had every single one of them ever, and they were all out on display for a set period of time. So if you want to check that out, more than welcome. And there is a Lego store playlist as well, where you can see all of the other Lego stores from last year, basically dotted around all over the world. Now, big selection of your pick-a-brick as well. So you've got all the ties, you've got lots of tiles on there. It was a good full selection, bearing in mind it is right at the very start and how busy they would have been on January the 1st. The fact that you have lots of the bricks still available means they must have a rather large stock room at the back, or people were just running in to get the sets that they wanted and weren't too fussed about picking up any of the bricks. Now, I didn't get the brick, but I did get some minifigures, and I did get that taxi as well, which I was quite happy about. So that is always good. Now, as we pan around, you can see just like a normal pub wall. How does this compare to your local store? Some of them are massive, some of them aren't so big. I think some of the shops are actually better than some of the Legoland parks at the moment, just with how they're sort of chopping and changing everything around. That was your free giveaway purchase for January of 2023. If you spent over £179, I do believe. So that was your freebie that you got given, and you also got given a VIP add-on pack as well. So you got given a load of bricks, a bit like what they did for Halloween and for the one at Christmas. And again, as we pan up this new module, the reason why I did that is as we go left, this is the only chance you're going to get to have a look at the Lego Duplo stuff. It's right by the front door, so pause it if you need to, because it was almost impossible just to get it for that long with the amount of people that were walking in and out the store. But they did have this display randomly in the middle of it as well, with regards to just, I guess that must have been something for Christmas, and they're just using it as a filler because there was lots of stuff obviously out of stock as well. The Super Mario, I do believe some of them are the new bits and pieces, and some of them were the slightly older. That section, either side, left and right, it was like the main walkway into the shop, hence why that was so quick. So just rewind that if you do need a good pause on there. Got the big Christmas trees mixed in with the big chess sets, and then we have a quick look at the Technic. Now, I am literally squashed against the boxes at the moment, so I will try and step back, but again, right behind me is the pub wall, so you can imagine it is quite a busy area of the shop. But you can see they've got all of the Technic in display. They didn't have, before I forget, the Speed Champions. All of those Speed Champions either had not turned up, or they all sold out on day one. So there was none of the new cars in. I was hoping the Skyline would have been in, but they didn't have any, but they were due a delivery halfway through this week. So if you are going to be going up to the Bristol store between the 2nd, which is obviously the Monday, and this weekend coming, they will be having a delivery in. So I did hear the staff saying that they have got a big delivery due. So They'll be fully replenished, I would imagine, and I was amazed by how many modulars they still had available, and they had sold loads and loads of them as well. So they were very well stocked on those. I haven't actually checked the stock level on the website, so I don't know if they're on back order yet. It would be very interesting to know what the difference is with your local stores compared to what the websites actually say, because some things obviously sell out much quicker online, sometimes they get more stock in store. It's always sort of a bit of a lucky dip. You're not 100% sure to order it at midnight or go down the following day and try and get it from your store. But let everybody know in the comments below what you did. Our sets that we missed, you can see all of the different minifigures that they are. They seem to come with, some of those sets seem to come with quite a few minifigures. They come with 3, 4 or 5 figures, and you can see at the top of that box that had the longer legs on that minifigure as well. Now as we come round, you can see obviously all of the sets that are built up. That's something else that I really do like about this store. It's very similar with regards to the airport shop in Billund, the Billund airport shop, with the amount of sets that they've actually got built and on display. I just think it's a really nice thing to see. I like seeing the sets built up. Right guys, I am starting to run out of time. I've tried to do this in one take because I am pushed for time. Like I said, this was filmed on the 2nd. I've just come back off the motorway. I've just done this voiceover and I'm trying to get it uploaded for the 2nd of January, but that is it. I am done. So if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. That is the brand new daffodils. I finally managed to get them at the end of the video. But guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care and I hope to catch you in the next one. Ta-da.